Feast.
All right, and we are live on Facebook. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 21 of WTF Live. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Kimberly. I work at Window Works. We're located in Livingston, New Jersey. We are a window treatment and awning company. We're open to the retail, and we also offer trade accounts. So if you have any window treatment and awning needs and need any type of help and guidance on your projects, please give us a call.
And like I said, my name is Vita. Well, to my Instagram friends and here to my Facebook friends as well. My name is Vita Vygovska. I'm the owner of Vitalia Inc. Window Treatments and Awnings. And every Friday afternoon, Kim and I are here coming to you live on Instagram and Facebook with our Window Treatment Friday live series. And today we're talking cushions. So let's just get right into it, Kim.
Perfect.
All right. So I'm driving the presentation, so here it is. Yay, it worked. Okay.
Yay!
You never know.
Okay, so right here we have a cushion that we did for Jean Stouffer Interiors. And this is for a client that they had here on the East Coast. And this cushion, what I loved about this cushion is it's over 10 feet wide. So it's a very large cushion, and we were able to do it in one piece. And if you notice here, there aren't any seams on the cushion, because what we decided was on something that was this wide, we did not want to have any kind of seams interrupting it. So we railroaded the fabric so that this way we could just have the fabric roll, and there wouldn't have to be any seams. And we also did it with a knife edge, so there wasn't any self welts going around.
Oh, so there's no welt here at all then?
Nope, it's a knife edge.
Okay, all right, cool. And what's the reason for no welting?
The Jean didn't want the welt. She just wanted something that was a little cleaner.
Yep, and it looks like it's a very contemporary space.
Yes, the home is
no welting makes it much more.
Yes, and the cushion was about 3 inches high. It is foam core and Dacron wrapped, so it kind of gives you that security or the firmness, but also gives you a little bit of softness when you're sitting on it.
Very cool. And it just like dresses up that space just a little bit. I mean, still like in that gray, soft gray fabrics. That's nothing, screaming at you necessarily. Nope. No polka dots. No. Nicely done, Jean. And Window Works.
Is the echo? They're saying we have an echo on Instagram. Is it a little better?
Somebody said that. I'm not sure, you guys. I turned my phone down. Kim, do you have your volume down?
Yep,
You're down?
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay, cool.
Okay. We'll see.
Oh, I know, because of my laptop volume and then my phone volume. So now I don't have you on my phone. It must have been me. So thank you so much. It's good now. So, thank you, guys.
Okay, good. Thank you.
All right. So this is an interesting project. I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story over the next several slides. So this was a banquette. So in addition to cushions, we're also able to create these banquettes for you guys. Usually those are in the kitchens. They're made for nice kitchen nooks. And usually your general contractor or builder would create the bench itself. And then the custom window treatment or the custom fabricator would actually create those cushions with the actual banquette, which is the seat banquette and the back. So this is what the final product looked like. And I just wanted to show you what it looked before it became the final product. And so here's a picture of me templating this whole banquette. So really, it's not just like, those are, believe it or not, they're pretty complicated. And they look simple. It's like, well, what's a couple of, cuts this way and it cuts that way and everything's hunky-dory, and it doesn't quite work that way. Anything that looks simple never is. So this is kind of the one of the first steps of this whole process, and that is creating the template. So we come to the site, prepare it with our construction paper, scissors, pencil, whatever it needs to be, and we essentially tape the paper to the back of the banquette, to the side, make sure all the angles are right. They're never completely straight. The corner is never at exactly the 90 degrees. It's actually usually pretty slanted. So the first step in any kind of custom fabrication of banquette, you need to create a template.
So real quick before you move on to the next slide, with the template paper, we use that like roll, like what you would almost use to like cover the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And like when you're working a construction project, you can get it at Home Depot.
Yep.
So that way, because it's pretty stiff and it's pretty wide. What kind of template paper do you use?
Good question. So I've used all different kinds actually. I've
Mhm.
used your real high grade that you put on the floor, so it's really thick because
Yep.
it's protecting the floor from heavy foot traffic. So we've used that. I've also used shipping paper that you
Mhm.
buy at like a Staples. So it's also brown kind of recycled paper, but it's a little thinner than what you buy at Home Depot, but still, fairly thick. And then Kim, what I've used when, I'm on the way to the appointment and all of a sudden I'm like, oh crap, I forgot to have
Template
template paper with me.
paper.
I do one of those, U-turns across 4 lanes and find the closest dollar store and buy construction paper, or, like they call it shipping, but
Yeah.
it's very thin, it's somewhat
It's like
flimsy.
a craft paper.
It's like a craft
Yeah.
paper, exactly. So I don't remember exactly what this was, but quite honestly, either one of those three options works just fine. I
Yeah.
think the most important thing, what I've learned, is it's important to roll it up rather than fold it, because somehow
Yes.
the creases and the folds may they just don't work out as well. And when you roll it and you kind of store it as a tube, it works out the best.
Yeah. It's always best to roll, and you always want to make sure that depending on what the project is, that the paper is wide enough. Because
Mm,
sometimes when you have to piece templates together, it can skew it. That's happened to us in the past when we've templated arch windows, not necessarily cushions, that it wasn't wide enough, and then when we try to do tape it together, it didn't
see,
turn out so well.
the things that you learn because
Yeah,
there was an issue or you've made a mistake
yeah.
somewhere. And so, speaking of mistakes, I'm going to share with you the mistake that we made in this
Ooh.
in this cushion. And my Instagram friends cannot see this, and I'm really sorry because I am in the way, and there's nothing. Can I move me?
No.
I cannot move my picture. Oh, that's a shame. So my Instagram friends, what happened is the corner, instead of making mitered corner, we actually made what's called the button pass corner. And sometimes that works if the fabric is solid. Yes, thank you. This would be like the, what do you call it? Like, yeah, kind of like that. Versus mitered would be like this, kind of in the 45 degrees. Yes, and the button pass would be one end goes to the end, one side goes to the very end, and then comes up the other. And so this is a pattern fabric. It looks kind of like a check or a plaid, or
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to know exactly what it looks like. And so when my fabricator was working on it, and he brought it out like this, and we also, I should step back for a second and say that we try to stage our banquettes before taking them on site because of measurements, and trying to reconfirm our measurements, because they just have to be very, very snug, which means they have to be super, super precise.
Mm-hmm.
So my fabricator brings it out and sets it down like this, and I'm like, oh no, oh no, oh no, no,
No,
no,
no, no,
this is
no.
not going to work. It's not going to work. And one may say, you can see on the right that the fabric is perfectly matched actually, but
Mm-hmm.
it just with this pattern, the button pass did not work at all.
No,
So we ended up remaking so the customer never knew about this. So this
no.
is a secret that I'm letting everybody know here in special. um, so the lesson in all of this, if you have a highly patterned fabric and
Mm-hmm.
making banquette, make it mitered 100%,
Yes.
because otherwise it looks like this, and you don't want that. So
And then,
this is what the final product looked like, and everybody can see that now if I move it. Yeah,
so
there.
especially because then you can kind of have it meet in the corner, and then
Mhm.
all the lines kind of line up by doing it with a mitered corner. I even like it when it's to do that on not a pattern fabric, because I just feel like it's just a little bit of a cleaner line. So
Yeah.
you can have a line and then this other random line going across.
Right. And I do as well, Kim. I definitely agree with you. We have made it where it wasn't mitered on a solid
Mm-hmm.
vinyl, and it actually looked really great. So I don't mind it as much on a solid. It was just but it's just especially evident in a pattern
Right,
fabric.
exactly. It just screams.
Now, I have to say, to make that mitered corner is to make it is easy, but to make it mitered and so that the foam squishes down
yeah,
without creating a gap while fitting exactly into the space that your contractor has provided is extremely difficult and
yeah,
challenging. It has
it's
to be
hard.
very, very snug, so the deductions are very, very small. And so when you have, say, a 25-inch depth to the banquette, and you cut your plywood at 24 and a half, say, and you wrap it in fabric thinking that the fabric will take up a quarter of an inch and you have a quarter of an inch give, you never know 100% how it's going to work out because of the foam. The foam
Mhm.
from the top needs to come together and meet the foam at the bottom. And they have to be so snugly tied together, but at the same time, not pop out of this whole banquette. So the
Yeah.
installation of these is it's like a circus, to be honest. It usually
Yeah.
takes about 3 people, of one person shoving it on one side and the other person
Mhm.
shoving it on the other side and the third person shoving it in the center. So it's always quite nerve-wracking. We're always like, kind of like pretty nervous about these, but the end result is always beautiful and we always make it work.
By the way, your kids are here.
Ah, hello,
Hi,
kiddos.
Anton. Hi, Anna.
Hi, guys. I can't see Facebook or comments today. Forgot my headphones. So I'm just doing it on the laptop. So, but hello.
Okay, so right now what we have here is a project that we did for Maureen Ursino of Ursino Interiors. This was a French mattress cushion that we created for a laundry room, mudroom space. And she wanted this design. She wanted it to not just feel just like a typical cushion, but just to be really welcoming and inviting. And when you walk in, place to take off your shoes and hang your coat and whatnot. So with this cushion, with the French mattress, you have to keep in mind with like the height. So typical cushions on a window seat like this are about like anywhere like 2.5, 3.5. This one, because of the French mattress, it was off the top of my head, I think it's about either 5.5 or 6. So it was pretty thick. So it is thick like a mattress. And the reason for that is if in order to get that welting effect
Mhm.
on the edge, um, that's what you're going to have to do because you don't want it to be too skimpy. You want there to be enough space between the jumbo welts. So it has the jumbo top and the jumbo, and then in order to get that dimple effect, it is sewn in order to create those like little pleats in there. Now, for this particular cushion, Maureen didn't want it too tufted. She just wanted a slight tufting on the top. So there is slight tufting with buttons, but you can make it where it has like the deep tufting in there. And this one, again, was also one that was pretty wide. It was definitely over 9 feet. So it was a big cushion. We were able to do it in just one piece.
The echo is back.
The echoing
I'm
is back.
sorry.
I don't know
I
why.
am fully down. My volume, rather.
That's weird.
The moral of the story, Vita should not forget her headphones ever again because this is what happens. So I'm sorry, you guys. All right, great job
Okay,
on this project.
thank you.
Let's move forward.
Okay, this was a cushion that we did for a teenager's room. We just did this. We installed it right as we opened up after COVID. And with this cushion, the windows have a little bit of a slight bay. So again, Billy had to go and make a template of it. What you don't see with this cushion, because you have the bolster there, was she had an outlet on the wall underneath that center window. And she expressed that she loves to sit there and read and do homework. And, just it's a hangout space for her in her room. So I came up with the idea, especially because the outlet was there, to do a cutout of the cushion. And I asked her for the plugs that she uses in order to make the dimensions and be like, okay, this is the cord from your computer. We're going to just make this so that you can clear the actual plug ends of the charging cables for your phone and your computer, so that this way you have a spot, and then when you don't need to use it, she wanted this really cool bolster in this crushed velvet, and then we just rest that on top, so you would never even know that there is a cutout there for the
That's
outlet.
really cool. So you literally created the cutout in the foam, in the fabric, and so you pipe it?
Yeah. So it follows a shape, and it's like a U cutout, and
Okay.
then yeah, so that this way she could get everything in there and not have to worry about it, because that's the whole purpose of this cushion, was like a hangout space, and you wanted to be able to just not worry about, like, now I have to scooch the cushion out a little bit to get my cord in there. It's kind of a pain. So I
Is
thought,
it out in the middle of the cushion or like a
it's
little
along the edge.
it's a cut
So,
on the
so
edge.
if this is the back of the cushion, we just like cut it out this way.
Yep,
It's not
I
like there's not
understand.
an actual hole in the
I thought it
cushion.
was like a hole, like
No,
a
no, no. It's
like a
just, it
cushion
goes
hole.
around, because the outlet isn't on the actual banquette. It's
Uh-huh.
on the wall right under the window.
Understood. Very creative. Brenda works.
Now, this is another space. So, also thinking with being at home, and now the summer is coming to an end. And if you're looking around at your patio furniture, this right now is the perfect time to recover all the stuff now that summer's over. Get it done in time for next spring. You want to tackle the outdoor projects in the fall and in the winter. Everyone thinks that, oh, once the spring comes, let's get it done now. No, you want to do this now. And we redid these cushions and ottomans for a customer's patio. And the trick here was getting the stripes to not only line up on the back of the cushion, the back of the seat, the actual seat cushion, and on the ottoman, and if you see the stripe lined up on the arms too.
I love that. I love how the
Making
stripe on the arms lines up with the stripe
Yeah.
of the cushion.
So that all kind of had to line up. So making sure, that's a tricky thing when you're dealing with stripes, is making sure that everything lines up. And especially now with the ottoman, now, yes, that is a floating piece, but the ottoman goes in a specific spot. So having the wide stripe line up, and this is a sunbrella fabric, so it can be outside, and it will handle the elements.
Nicely done. And then speaking of the outside, actually, you know what? I did something really smart. I created, Kim, that's for you, the 2 different slides, one for Facebook and one for
nice.
That's what I should make sure. See, for Instagram, I need a slide that's scooched over to the left. For Facebook, I need a slide that expands to the whole slide. The image expands to the whole slide. So it worked. All right. Yeah. So speaking of the outdoors, well, first of all, I need to second what Kim said. You need to think about your outdoor projects right now as you're putting them away, or you're putting covers on top of them. Make sure to inspect them and see what has been kind of moldy, or from all the sun, it got it just doesn't look good anymore.
It's damaged, yeah.
Damaged, yeah. Thank you. And instead of just like putting it away and thinking I'll deal with it later, what happens is when the spring comes, now we get so busy in the spring with these particular projects, you may not get your furniture until the summer or like much later in the spring. So why not be a whole lot more proactive and say, I love this sofa, or I love this chair or ottoman. I am not happy with the way it looks right now. This fall, this summer, this fall, I'm definitely not going to be happy next spring. So I might as well do something about it now before I put it away and, out of sight, out of mind, stop thinking about it. So we do encourage you to let us know if you would like to redo something for the outdoors. And so this is another outdoors project that we did a couple of years ago, I think. And I remember putting it on Instagram, and this was one of our best, highest rated or best engaged pictures.
Oh, really?
One of them, yes. Because, well, first of all, I think the contrast of the blue and the white and the yellow, it just really kind of stops you in your scroll. But I think even more important than that, it's just happy. Like you
Yeah.
look at this picture and it just makes you want to smile. It makes you want to climb up on this huge oversized chaise and just like
Mhm.
lay around and veg there in this beautiful backyard. This beautiful yellow sunny color just puts a smile on your face. So it put a smile on our face when we delivered it. The customers were super happy. They were smiling ear to ear. And also, again, just like in Kim's previous project, we used this umbrella fabric, and all three fabrics for this umbrella, and we just piped it out in contrasting fabric. And that's
Mhm.
another really good tip for everyone listening. Using contrasting piping really punches out what you have going on in your upholstery. It's not an expensive investment by any means. You need to have it anyway, and by running a contrasting color really makes it look a lot more special and, quite frankly, a lot more custom. And so
Yeah.
that's exactly what we did here on this big oversized chaise. We used the yellow piping, and on the bolster, the oversized bolster, we used the main fabric for the piping. And everybody was very happy.
Yeah. It's a nice use of trimming and adding that custom element that Vita is saying. So don't be afraid to kind of just add the trim pieces. I always love like a little detail like that.
Definitely.
All right, everyone. Ramya, thank you. We have a comment here saying that she loved the differences between the mitered corner and the and the commented on the beautiful fabric and the love. She loved the yellow. So thank you.
Thanks, Sonia.
Okay, so thank you, everyone. That is today's episode of WTF. We have some free goodies that we want to let you know about on the WindowWorks website. We have Architectural Digest Isn't Coming, the 10 things you need to know about window treatments. Luann wrote this free ebook. So if you're interested on diving in and getting a little bit more information on that, if you're new to the whole window treatment market and whatnot, visit us at windowworksnj.com and sign up and you can get your free ebook.
Awesome. And we here at Vitalia Inc. also have a free goodie for you. We call it the 37 and a half window treatment ideas to use immediately. Steal, swipe, and make your own in your next design project. It is a free lookbook that was created and curated by yours truly. So if you head on over to vitaliainc.com, you can put in your email and it will be in your inbox almost immediately.
All right, and to keep up with all things Luann, because there's a lot of exciting things happening, I'll just leave you all with that. Be sure to follow her on Instagram at Luann Nigara, and to listen to the audio version of WTF, which originated and what started WTF Live. You can go onto Luann's website, luannigara.com, and hit the podcast tab, and in the little search engine on the side, if you type in WTF, all of Vita and Luann's episodes are there on the website or on any podcast listening platform that you may have.
And Luann and I always have so much fun just talking about window treatments and having our conversations and agreements, and sometimes different opinions on how to handle some things or what we like and don't like. But that's always a really great listen if you want to learn more about window treatments.
Yes, and Ramya, yes, Luann has a new haircut. She what for this? Okay, and to follow WindowWorks, and if you have any project needs and you're in the New Jersey, New York area, if you are a designer or a customer, a retail customer, please feel free to give us a call. We'd be happy to help you with your next interior design project or window treatment project rather, and awning project.
And the same goes for Vitalia Inc. However, if you're in the Philadelphia area, we would love to help you and support you on your next window treatment project. We are Vitalia Inc. Window Treatments and Awnings. And if you're looking for that support partner, somebody who always has your back, we are your one and hopefully only go-to resource, a one-stop shop. We provide the VIP treatment, the comprehensive service as it relates to window treatments and all the related projects or products, I should say, such as cushions. So if you're a designer in the greater Philly area, please give me a call, send me an email, and I also would love to have you follow us on Instagram. We're very active between our feed and our stories. We're always bringing lots of good stuff and highlight a lot of really newsworthy events in the industry and some really great designers.
All right, everyone. So that concludes episode number 21. Be sure to check back next Friday at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, because if it's Friday,
it's WTF Live, Window Treatment Live. See you later, guys. See you next Friday at 12 p.m. Bye-bye.
Have a nice weekend.